unfortunate update on Kota Ibushi. More fallout from Sasha and Naomi. And on a brighter note, our predictions for Double or Nothing. Welcome to the Wrestling Council, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank. He's always got all the best shit.
That's me, baby.
You can catch us here 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday, talking about all the news in wrestling. And man, today was just miserable. God, dude. I don't even want to talk about half this stuff, but we got to talk about some of it.
We do.
Anyway, yeah, how was your day? Right, cheer me up, man.
It was my day off, and with what's going on at work, it's probably going to be my only day off this week.
Oh, God. Anyway, real quick before we get into it, let's check who we got. Leg Kick was here early. He said, "Hail, Wrestling Council. What's up?"
Hello, Leg Kick.
Appreciate you being here. Malicido said, "What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, brother?" Malicido said, "The good, the Miz, welcoming Cody to the mid card, the bad. The rest of WWE, the ugly, Danielson getting caught between the ring and the ramp. That was a work.
It was.
It was a freaking work. I couldn't believe, dude. I'm like, he pulled some Stan Hansen shit, and that was a haul of work. They came out and said it. I was like, what? Like that was the most convincing work I've seen in a long time. But it was just something he wanted to do. It was crazy, but appreciate it, brother. The good Miz welcome Cody to the mid card. We gotta talk about that, man. But anyway, up? Matt, what's up? And you know what we say when someone says, "What's up?"
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Appreciate it, brother. Others will be trickling in, I'm sure. But before we get, let's go ahead and see. Hicks Villain said AEW ramps suck to begin with. You know what? That's something that I've actually, like one of the things that we said that WWE does really, really well is their production values. And that's something with AEW that I always expected to improve, but they still got the same setup that they had, 3 years ago when they started. So it's like, man, it's about time. And some people are actually saying like, it's about time to update that friggin' stage. So I really feel like that's something they need to do. They needed to ramp up their production values. But anyway, real quick, Malice, he got started off on the right foot with our favorite segment, something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. I went last week, so this week it is Frank's turn.
It is my turn.
What you got, brother?
Well, first I need a highlight on myself so I can do this correctly.
There you go.
So I can say, finally, the title has come back to Hollywood.
Oh, shit.
Right there,
nice,
baby.
Brother.
Fantasy Football Championship. It's my second time winning this.
Nice.
Final score right there. You can't see it?
Nope.
206.8 to 100.2 was
God dang, you killed him.
I crushed it.
Nice.
But finally, I got my title back. Woo!
Oh, man.
There we
awesome.
Go. So that's my great. My good. It wasn't much good watching wrestling this week, but
yeah, it was like I all the shows were kind of middle of the road, man.
Probably the best match was the Black Bolt Combat Club versus Seidel and thank you, Montecito. Seidel and Dante Martin to end Rampage on Fridays. That was, to me, it was probably the best match all week.
I don't know, man. That match with Anna Page versus Takashita.
No, I forgot about that.
Ooh, that was a great. Well, it's because it's the T-shirt, debacle that everybody's talking about. That overshadowed it because it made everybody uncomfortable. But man, that match was amazing.
But the Dante Martin Seidel match is really good. I mean,
congratulations, Hollywood.
Yeah. But and Bryan Danielson can always help bring out a great match with around him.
Dude, we were that when me and you went to lunch, we were listening to Cornette just lose his mind. See, he hates John Moxley so much now because he's like, he took away my Bryan Danielson heel run. I'm like, dude, he's all pissed off because the whole Blackpool Combat Club was Moxley's idea, and I'm like, dude, that's the most over thing in the friggin' business right now. Are you kidding me? Hicksville said Seidel and Martin's promo on Dynamite might have been the least threatening promo I've ever heard. Matt Seidel's got kind of a squeaky voice, which I don't think it serves him well. He's a great in-ring performer, dude. He's a great high flyer. And Dante Martin just keeps getting such bad luck. You know, his brother got hurt again and is like, but I really do think that kid's got a huge future, man. I think he's going to be a great high flyer. But so that was your
that's my good. You can go bad any number of ways, be it Raw.
Yeah.
I think with them not having a world champion is hurting Raw because you're not really elevating they had the Intercontinental title there. You're not really elevating that.
I don't know anymore. I don't know which belts are
you don't have the tag titles anymore.
Nope.
Because those are now with the Usos. They're unified tag champions. So
yeah, this is what happens when you're only pushing like 3 guys.
Yeah.
You're only building up 3 guys. Your mid-card titles don't mean anything. Your tag belts don't mean anything. Your women's tag belts have never meant anything.
And Austin Theory is a guy you can really elevate with his secondary title.
Yep.
But they had this terrible gimmick with him and Mustafa Ali, and it's just like, come on.
Bianca's the main champ at Raw. Yeah, dude. And to be honest, the booking there is kind of 50-50. It's wishy-washy. And I like Bianca. I think she's great, but
Bianca, speaking of Bianca, that segues into my ugly. And my ugly was the main event, Becky Lynch versus Asuka on Monday Night Raw.
Which was a great match with a finish.
Terrible finish. Asuka does her butt bump to knock Becky Lynch off the apron, goes outside the ring, throws Becky Lynch onto Belair's lap, kicks and hits Belair while the referee is counting. All Becky Lynch does is put Asuka down and just a little stomp. It gets to 9. Asuka dives back into the ring to beat the 10 count, and Becky Lynch just rolls her and pins her 1, 2, 3. Asuka was not hurt.
Nope.
Nothing would precipitate her not being able to kick out of a simple move like that, even if it's a surprise and you fold somebody over like that.
Frank, it's the most devastating move in all sports entertainment.
It's not a surprise when you're in the ring, but she acted like she was knocked out.
Yeah.
Belair sold her leg kick to the head.
Like she was dying.
Better than the finish of Becky Lynch versus Asuka. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah. Leg kick says the ugly edges want to be House of Black. I actually like not Retribution, Judgment Day. But yeah, it does feel like House of Black 2.0. The bad Ezekiel. Oh my God, that is so bad. The good Damo, even though he lost. Yeah, dude. Big Damo, man. Showing back up. That was also cool. Leg kick says, what is Asuka supposed to be? It's too, dude. Honestly, think that was a finish. Like Asuka and Becky had been working together for a while, and the match itself was awesome. It was the best match of the entire night. But once again, WWE with their squirrely finishes, can't just have Becky, win outright or cheat to win or something like that. It's got to be some squirrely, stupid surprise roll-up win, which is something that they just keep going back to and back to and back to. And like Johnny Cage, I know that you understand how devastating that move is. It's the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that if Becky threw her into the announce table head first, or when she was diving back in the ring, Becky like curb stomped and did something to her on the way back in. But for her to dive and act like she was incoherent, and then for Becky to flip her over and
you're talking her interviews. They got her playing a character, dude. It's one of those things where, and again, and I don't know, maybe this is some fallout from what was going on with Sasha and Naomi, but it almost feels like they're afraid to, say no to something at this point. But that finish felt like something that was like tacked on at the very end, or like, okay, this is how we want you to finish this out. And, like maybe she was supposed to like really like curb stomp the crap out of Asuka. And that was supposed to make out, and then Asuka was supposed to be hurt at that point. But I don't know. It was weird. It was a bad finish to a really good match. Because you got two awesome workers there.
Yeah, that's my GBU. You're up, sir.
Okay, my good. You know me, man. I'm a friggin' New Japan shell.
Of course.
Best of the Super Juniors. Nobody does tournaments like New Japan. And this has been so much freaking fun to watch, man. You've got guys. And this year, the best of Super Juniors, and this gives me hope for the tag. This gives me hope for World Tag League. We had a lot more Western talent competing in this, including Blackpool Combat Club's own Wheeler Yuta, who for his first time in the Super Juniors, man, he's doing okay. He's 2-2 right now. But this last week's matches were just awesome. You had Robbie Eagles beating Doki, L. Lindemann defeating TJP. TJ Perkins is a freaking dude who deserves to be have more of a spotlight on him, man. He's so freaking good. Master Wado defeated Bushi. I can't remember who won. I can't remember who won that match. Titan versus El Phantasmo. Can't remember. But Wheeler Yuta lost to El Desperado in my personal opinion, the best match of the entire night. Went almost 16 minutes. And yeah, dude, Wheeler Yuta's stock just keeps going up. I'm serious, dude. Like it's New Japan tournaments are so much fun, man, because you don't know who's gonna win. That's one of the things that they've done. They do so well is they keep you guessing on who's gonna win. Right now, the top three for all three for in both blocks. Taiji Ishimori is like undefeated. Who I like. Taiji Ishimori to me is the second coming of friggin' Rey Mysterio. Dude is unbelievable. He's got 8 points.
Is he gonna lose an eye?
I don't know. No, because New Japan doesn't do stupid angles like that. Takahashi is second place in the A block. He's got 6 points. He's got 1 loss, 3-1. And then Alex Zane, surprising, man. He's tied with actually it's a 3-way tie for second place with Takahashi, Alex Zane, and Ace Austin from Impact. They all have 6 points. B block, El Phantasmo is in a 3-way tie as well for first place with El Lindemann and Desperado with 6 points. Robbie Eagles and Wheeler Yuta. Actually, it's a 4-way tie for second place. Robbie Eagles, Wheeler Yuta, Bushi, and Doki both have 4 points. So this is what I'm telling you, man. They know how to make you invested in a tournament by Sometimes this guy gets a surprise win. Sometimes you get these 3 and 4 way ties, and it all comes. They get you invested in it, and it takes you all the way down to the final to the finals of these tournaments. But it's a great tournament. I love it to death, and it's my second favorite tournament out of all New Japan, next to the World Tag League. So, but that's my good best of the Super Juniors. If you haven't watched it. Well, dude, the guy's really young, so he'll probably get some more muscle on. He'll get some more muscle on as time goes on. But yeah, best Super Juniors is my good. My bad. The Sasha and Naomi fallout continues. At this point, they may be done with WWE. Period. Hopefully they work this stuff out. I mean, there's so many conflicting reports coming out. Don't do stupid. You made evil champ. Well, I think that was a lack of options rather than a stupid angle. Dude, they were so desperate to put something together with because they had half their talent was gone, man. They barely had anybody. Personally, I would have just kept the belt on Naito, but what are you gonna do? They gotta change it up.
Back to Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah, Sasha and Naomi. There's we'll talk about that a little bit more as we're talking about the news later, but more stuff continues to come out. It looks like Sasha might be in this for the long haul. It's possible she's just trying to looking to get out completely. Naomi has been absolute radio silence. The only person, Jay, I think, said something, but it wasn't much. It was basically like, just basically leave my wife alone. But Sasha, again, most of the impetus seems to be on Sasha. And I mean, they got her partying at friggin' concerts and stuff, and like she ain't worried at all.
Oh, hell no.
So but there's some conflicting reports about what actually happened behind the scenes, that maybe this wasn't them. Maybe they didn't do exactly what WWE claims that they did. But anyway, that's my bad. And the ugly, the situation with Kota Ibushi, a lot of stuff has come out in the last couple of weeks. And then just yesterday, a really, really, really disheartening series of tweets that he put out involving his mother trying to commit suicide. Ugly, ugly, ugly stuff. And like I said, this has just been a bad week. An addendum to this, our hearts go out to the victims in Texas. It's ugly stuff, but I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's just too depressing. But anyway, that's my good, my bad, my ugly. So let's get into it. Yeah, I said I don't want to dwell on too much, but now we're going to talk about Kota Ibushi and his tweets.
Yeah.
So Kota Ibushi was severely injured at the oh, God dang it. It was the G1 last year. Really bad injury. Yeah, now to see WWE filing a false report. Shocking. Yeah. But it was a severe injury, and we knew it was going to take a long time. Right around right around February, March, he got into a situation basically where they wanted him to come back early. Now, this is something that New Japan does that a lot of people do not like, myself included, is you're expected to work injured. They have a habit of bringing people back too soon, causes injuries to just become exacerbated. It's kind of a thing with New Japan. It's basically, it's kind of that thing where, you suck it up, you deal with it. It's a badge of courage thing. Working with a minor injury is one thing, but working with something, you're coming off of something that serious, you need to make sure that they are 100% before they come back.
Yeah, sounds like Vince McMahon.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's you mean Vince would lie to make a disgruntled talent look bad and make the company look good? No, I can't see that happening. Yeah, that happens everywhere. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up here. Let me see. Hang on one second. I'll go put it out, and we're just gonna because they put it better than I could. I'm gonna share the screen and we'll read this out here. Here you go. So basically, like anybody that was hoping that Ibushi was going to be at Forbidden Door, like myself, that's probably not going to happen. Things just went from bad to worse for the relationships between New Japan Pro Wrestling and Kota Ibushi. After a series of tweets 2 weeks ago that seemed to put over their working relationship in jeopardy, this is where he accused them of basically sexual harassment, bullying, multiple things. There appeared to be a bit of a thaw in the exchange over the weekend. Ibushi was largely silent, save for commenting on his 40th birthday this past week, while New Japan openly wished their former IGP World Heavyweight Champion happy birthday on Saturday, proving some slight hope for reconciliation. Those hopes appear to be gone again. So this is what I'm not going to read everything. This is what Ibushi tweeted. I know this is sudden, but I can no longer bear to watch, so I'll tell you. Now, keep in mind, this is translation from Japanese, so some of it may seem a little strange, but previously I brought up his name in the screenshot. That is totally true. The names he's referring to are I closed the freaking window. The names he's referring to are Kikuchi, who is a person in talent relations and current IWGP president. I wasn't sure if I should tell it, but it's unbearable for me to see my mother in her current condition. First of all, they still haven't apologized. Kikuchi and Obari, those are the two names right there. Probably don't have guilty feelings. They didn't even meet me to give a notice of my release. It was merely via line. My mother contacted me with concern, perhaps noticing my distress. I'd reached my limits, so I talked to my mother about that sudden line. Basically, the line message he's talking about, it was like a text. And the power harassment as treatments I received, and she said in a weak voice, it's okay to leave. It was then that Ibushi made the shocking and horrifying relation to the ordeal. The next day, my mother attempted suicide. She clearly said that she could not forgive Kikuchi and the current president. That's why I will fight to the end. They did something that is unforgivable. I wasn't able to get in touch with my mother to meet her in person. I only managed to talk to her through someone else in the near future. I've already consulted my agent. Basically, this stuff has come down. What's happening is he's in this big. He's basically, they wanted him to come back early. He didn't want to come back early. He wanted to heal up completely and get completely checked out. He was then ready to go. He said he was ready to go for the New Japan Cup, and Kikuchi basically told him piss off. And in no small words, made it clear that they perhaps intended to fire him. So he had this back and forth with them. And the way the news media and whatnot works in Japan is anytime something like this comes out where there's a disgruntled worker or something like that, the media always tends to side with the company. So that's why he put all this stuff out via social media, because he felt like if he tried to talk to anybody in mainstream media there, that it was just going to get twisted and buried.
Right.
That's his side of the things. Apparently this back and forth has been like really, it's just weighed on him a lot, and it's caused great depression. His mother was really upset for him, and she tried to end it. And so now, like, it's just, on one hand, like, apparently the way that she tried to do it, she severely injured herself. He says here, Kikuchi and the current president, do you understand? My mother attempted suicide right after Mother's Day. That is he's not saying that they attempted to kill her. He's saying that what they're doing caused her to try to do this. It's a miracle she survived, but can you heal her hip bone? There's more to say, but it'll cause trouble for others. So it's hard to know. Like I said, the translation is kind of rough, but this situation is it seems like apparently that there's a lot of just corporate bullying and whatnot goes on in behind the scenes in New Japan. There's a lot of pettiness, and it's unfortunate because it looks like it's spilled over into his personal life and it's causing distress for his family. So, yeah, it's pretty ugly stuff. Johnny said, that's Japan's whole problematic work ethic in every industry. They're like this. Yeah. And it's something that he's actually talked about this. Wrestling injury was what they did in the 80s. Otherwise the wrestlers lost their spot. It's wrestling tradition, not citing New Japan, just history. Yeah. to an extent, I agree with you 100%. Like back in the day, if you got injured and you were off television, that could potentially be the end of your career. Like I mean, look what happened to to guys like Rick Martel and them, man, when they got hurt and they were gone for a while and they came back and they were basically mid-carders for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
When will Kota show up in AEW? Dude, the way he's talking, he might be done with wrestling, period. And you got to remember, like he's left wrestling before. He left for a couple of years and became like a gamer and whatnot. So if the situation becomes untenable, he could just leave. He's, like I said, he's done before. Now, would Kenny like reach out and be like, hey, bring him in? That's possible, but you got to remember too, that means moving to the United States. And considering his family and what's going on with his family and whatnot, that might be something that's just not possible. So, and you've also got the concerns that this could piss off New Japan. So it's, it's like the problem is that right now is that there's so much up in the air over there. Like talking about this right now, it's hard to know exactly what's going on because he's not telling us everything. Like he said, he's like, there's more, but it could get people in trouble. So he's keeping some stuff really close to the vest. But it's clear that the guy's got some serious situation. They got a serious situation. He's got his professional life is affecting his family. It's affecting everything around him. The situation with New Japan between him and some of the officials at New Japan. So the unfortunate reality is that this may be it. He may be done, and even worse, it may be wrecking his family in the process. So, but just all thoughts going to him. Hopefully this thing gets resolved. His family gets he's definitely hoping that his mother recovers and he can put this behind him and move forward with his career. But it's an ugly situation over there with him right now.
Yep. just need to take his time and don't worry about wrestling.
Yeah,
more important things to worry about.
Well, he may not have a choice at this point because he may like they haven't officially come out and said that he's been released, but from what it sounds like they've basically put him on the shelf and said you're done until we decide, and then that becomes a whole new thing where it's like, how am I supposed to make a living if I can't get on my contract? So there's so many loose ends to this thing, but hopefully. He gets his mother gets the treatment she needs. She gets taken care of, and they just figure this thing out, man, because this just sounds like just ugly. It's just ugly.
Yep.
But Johnny said when the other golden lover gets cleared, who knows? Yeah, dude. Like I said, I would not be shocked. Like if he does get released by New Japan, Kenny's gonna reach out to him and be like, "Hey, bro, come here. You'll be treated better here, etc., etc." Golden Lovers versus FTR, that would be dope. That'd be awesome, dude. They were an amazing tag team. Him and Kenny were awesome, but it's more important, I think, that he gets the help he needs and hopefully get this thing resolved because it's just poisonous to everybody that's involved with it, apparently. But that's how a lot of times these behind the scenes corporate things go, man. It's just get ugly. I mean, like the more we learn about what's going on with Sasha and Naomi versus WWE's power, the Vince's brain trust.
Yeah,
it just gets worse and worse as well. That may be why Kota moves here. His mom would get treatment here. Yeah, like I said, there hasn't been any information about what happened, what she did, like how badly hurt she is. Apparently she's injured her hip. Hopefully it's not too severe, but yeah, dude, I just read those tweets and I was like, what the hell is going on? It needs to storm and start an OnlyFans. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, some of these dudes out here that started OnlyFans are making bank. Somebody sent me a clip where some dude started his on OnlyFans and he basically made enough in one day to pay off his sister's student loans. So there's some crazy simps out there, man. I'm telling you, people just throwing their money away. But we'll go ahead and move on to that. From that to real quick update on Sasha and Naomi. We all know the story. They were upset with the direction of their creative direction. They tried to talk to them. They were told no. Vince apparently tried. It was like, oh well, we'll take it under advisement. And then behind the scenes told them to just tell them no. You know, which is what Vince does. Vince always sets himself up to be the good cop. He always sets himself up to be the good cop. You know, they went into John Laurinaitis' office right as Raw was going on there. They put their belts on the table and said,
"See ya,
peace out. We're He's like, deuces, we're gone." Well, there's now reports coming out saying that that's not what happened. Now there's reports coming out saying that they actually left several hours before the show, right around 5:00. So now we've got conflicting, but then somebody else came back out and said, no, they left exactly when they said they left at 8:05, was like 5 minutes before, or 8:05, or was it? Yeah, 8:05, right before Raw went on the air. So now we've got these two conflicting reports. And so as more and more of this comes out, like I said, Sasha seems to be 100% okay with everything, because she was out. I can't remember what concert she had. She's out partying. She's having a good time. She's not sweating this at all. Naomi hasn't said shit. And that concerns me, because that to me feels like she may have thought that this was going to turn out differently. She may have thought that, we're doing something different. Like she may have been along for the ride. Who knows? But the fact that she hasn't said anything tells me one of two things. Either she's concerned or she just doesn't know what to say.
Yeah. And, both of their contracts are up in a couple months. Both of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both of them. Sasha's is up in 2 months, and I think Naomi's is up not long after that.
And even if he froze their contracts,
mm-hmm.
and they make amends and come back, I don't see them signing new contracts.
Not unless
Sasha.
Yeah, not unless there are some major concessions.
So you're going to bring back Sasha for 2-3 months and then let her go as a free agent? Because she doesn't need to re-sign a contract.
No. And here's the thing. They can actually take legal action to force them to unfreeze their contracts. They can actually get this as you can't make us sit here forever. You know what I mean? And I can't remember who it was that they actually had to do that in the past. Now, obviously, that's not the best way to go about things, because if you do that, then they're just going to bury the hell out of you for the next couple of months, hoping to lower your stock so that when you go to another company, they're like, well, you weren't that big there. But WWE has taken some major steps. They took all their merch down. So like not only are they frozen, not only is their contracts frozen right now and they're suspended, they ain't making any money.
Yeah, no merch.
They can't go appear on another show or something. They're stuck.
They can't appear on any wrestling show.
No.
They could go to Hollywood. They can be on a TV show. They can be in a movie.
Yeah, but they can't. Well, I don't know, because I know that WWE puts a lot of stipulations that any project that they do outside of WWE has to be passed through their creative first. I know they can't do interviews. They can't do interviews because all interviews have to be passed through WWE talent relations first. That's why whenever one of them does that, it causes a problem. Yeah, exactly, Johnny. The independent contractor's my ass. If you're an independent contractor, you're able to do whatever you want. They're not independent contractors. That's an issue I've had with WWE for a long time. Was it they must do what they're told. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I still think that they went about it wrong. I still think that they should have finished out the night, done the match, and then left. Like that would have taken, like I said, that would have taken all the bullets out of WWE's gun, because they didn't know WWE's pulling stuff like this, and there are some people that are actually saying that they agree with them. So she just doesn't want to put any more heat on her husband. I think that's a big part of it too, is that she doesn't want to become a problem for him, because we know that, like I said, Vince is petty. He'll take his frustrations out on anybody that steps out of line even a little bit. So
she just needs to be his designated driver.
Oh, jeez. Ouch. Okay. I can't say anything about it because it's true. But yeah, at the end of the day, I support them in taking control of their trying to take control of their careers. I think they went about it the wrong way. That's here and there. That's neither here nor there. The fallout's here, and it's very possible that they may be done in WWE period, which I don't know, man. Maybe that was the idea.
I think Sasha's done period.
Yeah, I think she's going to Hollywood.
Yeah, either Hollywood or hang out with her cousin Snoop Dippity Dog, and she'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to. Oh, I think they'll both be fine. It's just that in between now and when they get on with their career or their life or whatever, they got to deal with this stuff, man. And it may come down to them going to court.
Now, Sasha's husband is a costume designer on WWE, so
yeah. How much heat does he have? Dude, it's possible that he may have a lot of heat on him. Who knows? Like I said, like we're only seeing one side of this thing. They haven't really come out and said, like much on theirs. They haven't said shit. Sasha's been showing up places, but she hasn't really been saying anything. So, and it's possible that they may not, and like I said, they may be under, gag order. They may not be allowed to. They may be looking at taking legal action now that their careers have been completely frozen. We don't know that. Honestly, you really think about it, we don't really know much of anything.
Nope.
Like, we don't know if there was something else that was exacerbated by this. That's what that causes. We don't know if this is something that they've engineered so that they can get out of their contracts, which I don't think that would be it, because their contracts were about to come up. To me, this sounds more like they're trying to renegotiate better contracts and have more control and et cetera, et cetera. And it all comes down to, like, basically how pissed off and petty Vince feels at the moment. So yeah, get used to calling her Mercedes. Yep. It's possible, brother. But that was the little update I wanted to do, which actually turned into a much longer update. Was that there are now conflicting reports coming out about what actually happened. So one of these days we'll find out what really happened. But Vince will never admit it.
Nope.
But all right, man. Real quick, let's run over Dynamite, Rampage, and Raw real quick, and then we need to end on our predictions for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, and then nobody knows what's going on with Stephanie and Triple H. With
yeah, dude. There's some
Stephanie stepping down and stepping away from the company.
Yeah, like I'm doing more research on that before we talk about it, because the original report was that because of what happened with Triple H, they just want to have more time with their kids. But Triple H is back to work full time now, apparently. And there's a bunch. I don't want to say too much about it but there's a bunch of rumors coming around saying that maybe this wasn't voluntary. Maybe she was told to step down for a little while. So we never got the mid-card Cody. Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, because I got stuff to say about that match. That match was dog shit. But Dynamite, just real quick, want to run over it, man. Dude, that match between Hangman Adam Page and Konosuke Takeshita was awesome. That guy is Hunter Helmsley is all elite. Jeez, dude. Dude, that match was, dude. And again, like I said, it got overshadowed by the T-shirt from hell. But and dude, the commentator's booth was so, they didn't know what to do when he came out with that T-shirt. Like, I don't care, like, regardless of what side of the aisle you said on that friggin' subject, I gotta wonder if they realized what a big deal that was gonna be, because man, half the freaking crowd went silent, and then all the guys in the announce booth were like afraid to talk for like a couple of minutes. They were like, it was like just like one word stuff back and forth for a little bit, and then finally, as the match got going, they warmed up, man, because man, what a match that was, dude. Takeshita's stock went up huge in that match. That's all everybody can talk about. And there were some people that were like saying like having the world title match at the beginning of the show was a terrible idea. It should have been the finale. Okay. But I'm like, it's like what Jericho said, man. If you're not going to go last, go first. And that set a tone for the night, man, because that match was not to be coy, but that match was dynamite, man. It was really good, dude. That friggin' he wears stuff like that every Texas show he's on. Yeah, I know. I mean, Punk's a controversial guy. He thrives on that stuff.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. And personally, I don't give a shit either. It's a t-shirt. You know, t-shirts always have offensive shit on them. So, I just know that there's a lot of people that were upset with it. I don't particularly care for it, but dude, I want to talk about the match. The match was just stellar. Dude, that guy, Takeshita, I've seen him a few times before, and I liked him. This match, man, he turned it up to another level, man. Dude, he reminds me of a young Kazuchika Okada. He's a big dude. He's like 6'2", 225, 235 pounds. He's a pretty good sized dude. He's a big dude. He's not small. That's a guy that could go a long way in the West. That's a guy that like, dude, we may have just seen the next Okada.
Right.
So awesome match. Best match of the night, in my personal opinion. Let's talk about the Owen Hart matches. Jeff Hardy versus Adam Cole. Jeff just looks like he's in constant pain. Dude, I'm starting to wonder if I want to see him in the ring, dude, because he's just not. He's not himself.
Nope.
He's not even the version of Jeff Hardy that we got 6 months ago in WWE. So, I mean, this match was. I mean, we always knew that Adam Cole was going to win because this match is to set up Bucks versus the Hardys. But yeah,
it's wasn't good. But
wasn't terrible. It was just like he looks like he's constantly hurting.
But yeah, Adam Cole. So that sets Adam Cole versus either Samoa Joe or Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's gonna be Joe. It's gonna be Joe. 100%. It's gonna be Joe. So it's gonna be Joe versus him. I'm like that's my prediction that Joe's gonna take it off. Here's Bob again, not being able to tell people apart. Shame. What are you talking about?
Who knows?
Hopefully he gets to win the next one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I want to see that, dude. I would love to see them push him to the moon, man. He was fun to watch, and that's important. But Ray Phoenix versus Kyle O'Reilly, man. A lot of people were crapping on this match. I thought it was good. Kyle looked like somebody shot him in the chest. Hardy versus Hardleys. Who's your money on? Probably the Bucks.
Yeah.
But I liked Ray versus Kyle. It was a complete, difference in styles. I thought it was a fun match. Wish that Ray had won, because I really felt like him coming back off that injury, that would have been a big pop. But he's got to be involved in the House of Black versus Death Triangle. So
yeah.
Looks like okay. No, dude, he does look like Okada. Like his size, the way he moves like Okada, man. He really does. I mean, the only difference is he gets more elevation on his moves. But as far as like his style, he does remind me of Okada. I fear they'll use I think you mean Konosuke. I feel they use Konosuke to get other people over before he gets a chance to get over himself. Yeah, and that's kind of the way. And to be fair, that's kind of the way New Japan does things. Is like when they're the young lions, they're in there, they do matches, they're there to get everybody else over until they come back off of Expedition. That's kind of usually the way that they treat them. I'm hoping that this is different because dude is too good to do crap like that. Like that match right there solidified him in my mind, man. I was like, holy crap. Mousy was like, sure, Bob. Why must I defend myself?
All right. Well, move on.
Yeah, moving on. Joe versus Johnny Elite.
Yes.
The former
Johnny Nitro.
Johnny Nitro.
Johnny whatever.
Yep. He was the Joker.
John Morrison.
They had a really, really good match. Looked pretty good in losing. And yeah, so Joe moves on from there. That was a fun match. Britt versus Maki Ito. I look, I get it. I get that she's popular. She's goofy. She's a joke character. I 100% get it. It just ain't for me. I put this in the same category as Hookhausen. I'm just not. It ain't for me. And she wasn't debuting because she's been there before. So that statement from Tony Khan was bullshit.
Yep.
The two segments of the night, 10 Lashes for Wardlow and Jericho and Regal face to face. I didn't care for it. I actually thought Jericho versus Regal. It got better. It got better when Moxley grabbed the mic and said, "Yeah, I ain't doing that shit." I felt like it was actually pretty weak up to that point, though. I mean, Jericho was on point. Regal seemed to be a little discombobulated. So,
except for talking about sticking Jericho's toothpaste up his bum.
Weird.
Or toothbrush up his bum.
Poor Joe's nose for eating the elbow instead of working a log up. Yeah, dude. There were some hard strikes. Some hard strikes. Well, it's a Joe match, man. You know it's gonna have hard strikes. 10 Lashes, the Wardlow MJF segment I thought was fantastic. That was the best segment of the night. It was awesome. Set it up perfectly. It's gonna be, I mean, everybody knows he's gonna kick the crap out of freaking
Sean Spears
on Wednesday. So but yeah, like overall, man, you had three really good matches and a couple of and then the Britt versus Maki was just dumb. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was like a B+ episode for me. It wasn't as good as the last week's. But it was all right. Rampage. Moxley and Danielson versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. Great match. But we talked about it. Matt Sydal is the least intimidating human being on the planet, dude. That squeaky voice of his, man. That high-pitched voice. It's just like, bro. Like, it ain't doing it. But the match was fun. Danhausen and Hook, I don't care. I really don't.
Hookhausen.
Whatever. House of Black versus Evil Uno, 10, and Fuego del Sol. I like House of Black. I don't understand the whole Fuego del Sol thing unless they're going to turn him heel and he's going to become a House of Black.
That should have been a squash match and over in like 5 minutes.
No, because I like Evil Uno is a really good wrestler. Dude, he did a freaking Hurricane Rana. Dude as big as him doing a Hurricane Rana. Joe should straight the TNT as soon as he gets his kayfabe train. Yes, dude. We're gonna talk about that. That's a segment I was really pissed off about on Rampage. Yeah, it wasn't a terrible match, but it was a decent match, but we all knew it was gonna happen.
And you had Red Velvet versus Statlander.
Well, then you had Sean Spears versus Big Damo.
Ooh.
Making his return, who he got a nice pop, but would have preferred to see him come in and not get squashed. Chris Statlander versus Red Velvet was actually a good match. It's pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. The baddies came out and beat her down, and Anna Jay versus Jade Cargill for the. I'd rather see Statlander versus Cargill, but then that's me. Decent match. Moxley and Danielson versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. That was a lot of fun. That was a good match. So the segment we got to talk about. You're not going to put a whole lot of respect on your belt if you're going to have someone come out and beat the shit out of it with a friggin' hammer. Okay. A step up, yeah, dude. It was like, dang, son. Dude, because Uno, even though Uno lost weight, he's still like 260 something, 200 something. He's a big dude. Tony is trying to make RK Bro out of Hookhausen, and I don't see him changing his. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. This is one of Tony Khan's decisions that I just don't like. I'm not a fan of it. But so Sammy and Tay basically take the belt and they break it. Yep. They smash the crap out of it. So that means, I guess we're getting a third iteration of the belt now. So all the work that was done to put some serious respect on that belt and relevancy to that belt. Anybody that held that belt, they had a chance to reclaim that when they had Scorpio win it. He was so over, dude. He was over like crazy. And then instead of having Ethan Page turn on him, he just goes and he waffles. God dang it, my brain's not want to work.
Frankie.
He waffles Frankie with the belt. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with my memory. And continues the BS. And then they got the BS with them busting. It just, yeah, exactly. When they made him turn heel again, that's when I stopped caring about the angle.
And this is the same title that Brody Lee had.
Yeah, it's the same time that Brody Lee had. It's the same title that Darby had. The Miro. Dude, remember when Miro had that friggin' belt and it was the best thing in wrestling for like 3 months?
Yep.
Yeah, taking the belt, hammer the belt's the second worst thing they did to it. Yeah. I don't get what Tony's trying to do. It's like Tony suddenly stopped trying to do wrestling angles and he started trying to do sports entertainment angles. And this is sports entertainment at its worst.
Ain't nobody taking a belt or a hammer to my belt, though.
But yeah, I didn't care for that. They need to bring Miro back. He needs to destroy, either put the belt on Wardlow and have him just wreck everybody. Put some respect, put some relevancy back on that belt. Make it mean something. I want to see him versus Miro for that belt, dude. I wouldn't mind seeing them in a program where one of them, where Miro, he has it for like a couple months. Miro comes in and wins it. And then they go back and forth with that belt for a couple of months, man. Yeah. And that's the thing, regardless of the reason why and why people, and whether you agree with it or not, Tay and Sammy, people are reacting to them as their heels. You can't force people to be baby faces. Look what happened when they did to do that with Roman Reigns.
Yes.
So, but yep, I don't want to dwell on that too much, but yeah, that's all right. Shit, we're getting late on time here. All right, we're gonna have to skip Raw. Quick notes. Cody's match versus The Miz looked awful. Miz looked stiff as hell. Didn't look like he was an old man. I don't know why Cody's feuding with Miz. It's stupid. Ezekiel is still stupid. MVP beating Bobby Lashley is stupid. The King's Court segment made no goddamn sense. Alexa still having 4 or 5 minute squash matches. Riddle and the Street Profits for the Usos and Sami Zayn was the best thing on the entire show. It was an awesome match.
Yeah.
That was Raw. All right. Double or Nothing.
Yeah. This Sunday.
Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. Honestly, don't give a shit.
That's the buy-in show. or buy-in match.
Yep. AEW is really bad at pumping fake crowd noise. Dude, I don't want to talk about fake crowd noise. There was so much of that going on Raw. It was stupid. The stupid levels of it. Hook and Danhausen are going to win this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. MJF versus Wardlow. Wardlow has to win. Because if he doesn't win,
he has no contract.
He has no contract. And he has no career. So unless you're going to have to keep him off television for the next couple of months, he has to win. So Wardlow on that one. House of Black versus Death Triangle. I think with Ray Phoenix returning and this being actual Death Triangle versus House of Black, I think Death Triangle takes this match. But I hope it sets up something else for House of Black. They need something else. They desperately need something else.
I'm going to go House of Black on that one.
Okay. No argument for me. It could be possible. The JAS, Jericho Appreciation Society, versus Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, and the Blackpool Combat Club. I got Blackpool Combat Club winning this one.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah. I think they're good. I think it's in an Anarchy in the Arena match. Why didn't they just do blood and guts?
Who knows?
Oh my God.
Gotta run somebody over with a freaking golf cart again.
Yeah. Hicksville said Raw and SmackDown fake crowds sound like straight up static. Worse is they make it so loud sometimes you can't hear from them. Dude, it's friggin' crowd noise that they took from their video games. Someone actually pointed it out. It's literally the crowd noise they record for their video games. It's stupid. House of Black and Death Triangle are going to feud until the end of time. It feels like it sometimes, man. But I couldn't care less about Jericho and his amazing friends. Oh my God. Matt and Jeff versus the Bucks. I got the Bucks in this one.
Yeah.
The Women's Own Heart Cup.
I mean, that's the match everybody. That's the match everybody wanted to see, but
yeah,
Jeff doesn't look.
Jeff doesn't look good. Yeah, he doesn't look good. He needs to take some time off and heal up. Whatever's wrong with him. Yeah. Women's Own Heart Club tournament. I think it's going to end up being Statlander and Britt.
I think Storm versus Soho.
Oh wait, no. Tony Storm is. Ooh. It could be, dude. That's not a bad setup. Storm versus Tony Storm versus Ruby Soho. That wouldn't be bad. But the Brit's always going to be in the back of their head. If it's Tony versus Ruby, Tony wins. If it's Statlander versus Britt wins. Although I personally would like it to be Chris. I think she needs a push. And I think she's good enough that you could push her up into the title contention. It's the Undertaker Sting situation. That Hardy's match is better left undone. They had a match. The last time they had a match, it was actually really good. That's right. Like right now with the state that Jeff's in, I don't want to see that match. I agree with you. I don't want to see it because he just doesn't look good right now. Yeah. Cole, to be decided versus Adam Cole. I think it's going to be Joe, and I think Joe's going to take it.
I think Adam Cole wins it.
You think Adam Cole,
baby?
Yeah. So then we're going to get Cole versus Hangman again.
I don't know. Cole versus CM Punk. You think Hangman's keeping his belt?
We'll talk about that in a minute. Jade Cargill versus Anna Jade
Cargill.
She's not losing. She's not losing right now. Jurassic Express versus Team Taz versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. I get the feeling we are going to get a title change here. It's going to be Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. They're going to be the new AEW World Tag Team champions. Although I love those guys, dude. I really do. It's going to piss me off because Santana and Ortiz are still sitting there after 3 goddamn years, and they still haven't been tag champs yet. Santana Ortiz should have been set up to be the next tag champs. And it bothers me. It really does. Like, I feel like When you're loyal, you deserve reward. You deserve to be rewarded. They haven't had that yet.
Yeah, I think there's going to be new tag champs.
Yep. I think it's Strickland and Lee. I think Strickland, which they still don't have a tag team name, but I think they're going to win it. I think it's been, and I think this is where we're going to get the turn from
Jungle Boy,
from Christian Cage. No, Christian Cage is going to turn on Jungle Boy, and then we're going to get a program between the two of them. Hangman, get the F out of here. Santana and Ortiz will forever be stuck to Jericho feuds. I feel like that might be the case, and if that's the case, I feel like if they don't start getting a little more respect, they may end up leaving and going somewhere else, which really bugs me because they are a really good tag team. I wish they would just call. I know they can't because it's an Impact thing. I wish they just called themselves LAX.
Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb.
Yeah, no, there's no right direction for Hangman to go if he beats Punk one way or the other. Yeah, I think we're gonna get. I think they're gonna double. I think they're gonna put their eggs in one basket. And they're gonna go for Punk to win. Rosa versus Serena Deeb.
Thunder Rosa.
This has been a nothing feud, and it's unfortunate because two really good ring workers. Serena Deeb's actually better than Thunder Rosa as far as her in-ring work is concerned. She's really good. And Rosa, and that's saying something because Rosa's good. Rosa's really good. They're right now, in my opinion, they're two of the three best wrestlers in AEW as far as the women's division is concerned. It's too early to take the belt off of Rosa.
Yes.
One thing I will say this is Tony has not booked Rosa strong. He hasn't booked her well. So they need to start putting her in more matches. They need to start really doing something with her run. Like they're not doing, like Britt's run was 1,000 times better than what they've been doing with Rosa's. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but they need to figure that crap out. Hangman Adam Page versus CM Punk. I think Punk's winning.
So do I.
I think Punk is going to be your next AEW world champion. And I honestly kind of don't know how to feel about that because one, Punk's awesome, dude. He's freaking CM Punk, you know? But Hangman, I feel like Hangman deserves more respect than he's gotten. The dude works his butt off. It's just the way that he's been booked is weird. It's weird. It's like you look at the way Tony booked Kenny Omega, the way that he booked John Moxley, the way he booked Chris Jericho, infinitely better than the way that they've booked Hangman.
Yep.
It's like, what the hell's going on? And this leads me to believe that maybe Tony's in over his head, man. He's got too many his fingers in too many pies. You know, he's not putting in the work with the AEW that he should be doing. So that's a concern to me. You know, the way that he's booked, the only champions that have been booked well in the last 3 or 4 months has been Jurassic Express. The deserving thing's got to take a back seat right now. They need a fresh reign yesterday. Yeah, and I think, and it's unfortunate because, Hicksville, I'm thinking the return of Summer Punk. Yeah, I think that's what we're getting. And I agree, man. And I feel like the people who are who they put the belts on, they're suffering because of it. So, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to get Punk's going to win. We're tag titles are going to change. World titles are going to change. TBS title ain't changing anytime soon.
Any New Japan players coming out on Sunday?
Possibly, because they got to start setting up for Forbidden Door.
Yeah, it's only 4 weeks away.
It's only 4 weeks away.
Sunday.
Yeah, so you could get. So looking at here's the matches where I think that there's a possibility of a New Japan appearance. The Anarchy in the Arena match is a possibility. You could get Suzuki Gun or somebody coming after Blackpool Combat Club, something like that. You could get the reason why I say Suzuki Gun because one of the matches that everybody wants to see is Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. and he's part of Suzuki Gun. Moxley has had run-ins with Suzuki Gun. Archer's part of Suzuki Gun. He's fought. They've both fought Minoru Suzuki. So that's a possibility there. And I know Suzuki is stateside, I believe. Young Bucks versus Matt and Jeff. We could get a New Japan run-in. Because we've had Jay White showing up.
Yep.
We know that's a possibility. So there's a possibility of a run in there. Tag team champions, probably not. Page versus Punk. Punk has been really, really quiet about people saying that they want to see him versus Kenta. So we could possibly get, Kenta comes in for a run-in or something or a challenge. It's the master of the GTS. So it's possibly there, but they've definitely got to start between now and the next couple of weeks. We're definitely going to start seeing more crossover because
they're setting up matches.
Yeah, they have to. So I think we'll get a little bit. I just don't know where or when. But yeah, there you go. That's our predictions for Double or Nothing.
The women's and the men's All Heart tournament predictions could change depending on who wins.
So
tomorrow and Friday.
And Punk will know what ideas to say no to. Yeah, it's possible. But anyway, guys, man, we went over. Appreciate it, guys. It was this show was a little slapdash, as like I said, a lot of depressing crap going on. But appreciate everybody who was here. Johnny Cage, Hicks Villain, Maldecido, Leg Kick. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And everybody that was lurking, we appreciate it, guys. And see you guys next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to stream reactions to Double or Nothing. We're gonna try. I'm having some trouble getting hold of my coworker to see if he can cover for me.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna give him a call here. I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if I can set it up. But if we can, we'll let you guys know. But until then, till next, see you guys later. Bye.